Okay, so in the last video, which if you haven't seen, is part of the Limitless video course on productivity and discipline, we talked about how you stop procrastinating and you get things done. And in this lesson, we're gonna talk about some of the hacks to help you get more productivity, some of the enabling factors that people who perform well and are focused consistently, I've seen have used, and I use myself. Before I go into it though, make sure you've subscribed and you have clicked that bell notification, otherwise you won't know when new videos come out. If you want updates via email, there's a link in the description as well. And if you want to see the previous 3 videos in this course where I go through some of the initial steps, how to avoid procrastination, why we procrastinate and the psychology of that, which so many people don't understand, including the difference between chronic procrastination and acute. Go and watch those videos. You can find links in the description and all that. So let's get into it. The first hack, and I got this from one of my favorite sports people right now, Anthony Joshua. He said something in an interview recently where he said, somebody asked him, how do you stay focused? Because as you can imagine, heavyweight champion of the world, he's got a lot of buzz around him at the moment. And more people are vying for his attention. And so as you go higher, I would imagine, and from what I've heard in his interviews, things get more and more difficult. You've got sponsorship deals, you've got interviews to do, you've got to talk to your nutritionist, you've got to train for your next fight, you've got to negotiate. There's all these things that are pulling him in different directions, and he also has to be more focused and more on point. How does he do it? He said a very simple sentence that most people probably missed when you watch this interview, but I was paying close attention. He said, what I want to do, and I'm paraphrasing a little here, is you want to feed your discipline and starve your distractions. And I think this is a really important and powerful idea. Feed your discipline and starve your distractions. So what does that mean? Well, if you look at the apps on your phone, which ones are helping you be more disciplined? And in a future video, in the next lesson, we're going to talk about some of these tools. And which apps are distracting you? You want to starve everything that is pulling your attention away and is a disabling factor of success. And you want to feed the things that are enabling factors. And the thing with discipline, it's a very interesting word because it makes me think of a disciple. And I literally look at myself, and you should too, as a disciple of your success. I am a disciple of my success. I am dedicated to it. And I want to starve my doubts, my distractions, my fears. I don't want to give them any airtime whatsoever. Just like it's this random crazy mall cop who's been drinking loads of Red Bull and coffee and is over, excited and super scared and careful. And I don't want to go anywhere near that persona or that influence. I want to stay near that calm, assured disciple that is focused and is just focused on doing one thing. So the first hack is just a mental one of looking at yourself as a disciple of your success, that you're studying success. You're trying to master it. You're an artist and you're starving all the distractions. And when I say distractions, I'll be real. Some of the people in your life are distractions and you need to starve yourself of them. Maybe not forever, maybe just some of the time. There's often times where I'm working at home and there are distractions, and so I'm starving myself. I'm putting my headphones in. I don't want to talk to you. Doesn't mean I'm being rude. I'm just choosing to be a disciple of my success. And this is a priority for me in this moment. So I can't speak with you right now. I can't watch Netflix right now. I'm not interested in watching a movie. I need to study my success. I'm a student in this game. I don't understand everything yet. And so I need to learn so I improve myself. And that's the approach that you want to take. Like Joshua, that even if he is at the height of his career and the buzz is at its peak, if he wants to go above that, he can't do what he did to get him to that point. He has to do something different. And he is the only individual in this entire planet, even if previous heavyweights advise him, that can tell him, that can understand how to go to the next level. Because that psychology is what got him there. That discipline is what got him there. And so when you are a student of success, you're always absorbing, you're always looking for the next understanding, the next insight that you can take so you can apply it and improve even further. So he'll look at his technique and say, nah, but see that left hook, it's slightly mistimed and I need to change the combination. And in that last fight, what I practiced, I didn't do in the ring. So I need to study. I can't, hang around and just go watch the Avengers right now. I need to focus. The next point that I wanted to make in this video is brain dumps. This has been mentioned before on my channel, but it's something that is critical to me being productive in a particular week, and also for you. You need to grab a pen right now, get your notepad out, and start listing every single thing that you need to get done. Doesn't matter whether you're going to do it or not, but having it down on paper, it's going to get it out of your head. And your brain only has a very limited capacity for holding information at any given point. They say it's roughly between 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of things. So imagine your to-do list is 20 things long, and you're trying to carry all that stuff around with you in your head. And then someone asks you a question. Have you ever had that where you just snap all of a sudden because you're running late for work, you're trying to find your keys, you don't know where your Oyster card is, and all of a sudden someone says, have you got your, just don't distract me right now. And you snap. And you know that's not who you were. You feel a little bit bad. And sometimes, we speak to the people we care about the most in this way, and they suffer the consequences. But it's because we're carrying all this stuff with us, and we accumulate, we're filled up with so many different things. But when do we actually release it all? And this has to be a practice. It's not theory. It has to be a weekly habit, if not a daily habit, so that you're putting that information down onto a piece of paper. So you have that assurance of, I remember what I need to do, it's right here. And then you can look at it more objectively. You're a bit more removed, and you can be the disciple I spoke of, rather than that crazy mall cop who's had way too much Red Bull. The next thing, if you want to get more stuff done, you want to hack into your productivity, is hire a coach, and not a shitty coach, excuse my language, but a really great one. Now, what I mean by this is, there are coaches and there are mentors. Coaches are people who ask you questions, and your job and your responsibility, the ownership is on you to find those solutions. A mentor is someone who tells you what to do, similar to how I'm giving you the process here. But hire a coach. Yes, you could do it for free. Yes, you don't need a coach, but you'd still want one. If you think about the most successful people in the world, let's look at Joshua again. He could look after his diet plan if he wanted himself. He doesn't need a boxing coach, but it helps him. Does it increase his odds of success? Absolutely. Does it enable him to succeed more? Absolutely. Having professional people around you who are focused on mastering and specializing in the area that you want success in, that is key if you want to unlock the greatness within. Now, you may not be in a situation where you can afford that. I totally understand. But there is no reason why you can't find somebody who's learning to become a coach. But at least having an outsider ask you those questions, just as simply as, what did you get done this week? What are you doing this week? And what are the challenges that you're facing? And pay them, give them £5 or $5, whatever you can afford. But put your money where your fucking mouth is. And excuse my French, I know some of you don't appreciate the language, but I say this to be bold, to shake you out your reality, because it is that serious. Sometimes we believe we're too great, that we're too deep, and we have to humble ourselves and just say, listen, I'm willing to put my money down and pay for this because I value the growth, the productivity, the potential that it's going to bring. And the final 2 hacks when it comes to being more productive. The first one is level up the people you hang out with, because it's the conversations you have on a daily basis. Just open your phone right now and look at just that first screen before you scroll down to look at your call history. Who are the last 5 people you spoke to? And how long did you invest your time with them? And think about who's missing. Tai Lopez talks about the rule of thirds. 1/3 of the people you hang out with, you can contribute to. You're a little bit further ahead in whatever field it is. 1/3 of the people you hang out with, they are on the same level as you. You are peers. And then 1/3 are people who are more advanced in that area. So one example that I use is our advisory board for Revolution Hired. We're building a movement in education, teaching the things that aren't taught in school. But that's nice and cute, and it sounds cool when I say it, but how do we measure the impact of that? And so we have people on our advisory board, which you can check out, I'll put a link in the description for you, who ask us tough questions because they spend every single day specializing in how to measure impact effectively in an academic way so that we know for sure that us going in, doing whatever work we do really does make a tangible difference. And it's only when I started having those conversations and I was challenged to go beyond my thinking and stretch a little bit more that I really was able to be productive. Again, think about, we've talked about this quite a lot in this course, productive, to produce something. It's not just about volume, it's about quality. And the intelligent conversations, the challenging questions that you get asked when you level up the influences that you are around, the community that you are a part of, that is critical in helping you to do more and hack your way to success. The final point is motion with your breath and your body. Now, the key to how you feel, if you wanted the biggest hack of all, is your breathing. While I've been talking, how aware of your breathing have you been? How deeply are you breathing? How shallow are you breathing? Just pause for a moment and take a deep breath with me. And feel it. Notice the difference that makes. It just takes a second to pause and focus. And sometimes it's as simple as that. Sometimes we notice we talk too fast and we're trying to get so many words out with one breath that it's really difficult to focus. And then if you just take a deep breath and relax, it's a very easy way. It's not sexy, but it's a very easy way and a simple route to being more productive. Like just taking a deep breath, rolling your shoulders, stretching your neck out. What do I need to do next? What are you going to do next? Breath is key to how we feel. If you notice when you're feeling angry, when you're procrastinating, your breath changes. It's the first signal that your feelings and your thoughts have changed. There is a pattern. And when you're excited, when you're focused, when you're in flow, chances are your breathing is steady. It's following a particular pattern. And you're in that state, that peak state that you want to be in. And if you want to trigger it, learn the conditions that create and arouse that success. And similarly with your body, one of the first things I do when I wake up in the morning is I breathe and meditate. And then I go and do something that changes my breath, that changes my state. Tony Robbins, he takes ice baths. Me, I like lifting weights. I like running on a treadmill. I like doing a bit of boxing on a punching bag just to get me moving. Because I'm signaling to my brain, we're awake now, we're not in our bed anymore, we're not comfortable, it's not about safety, this is about discomfort, so the breath is gonna change first. And I notice I have the best ideas when I'm curling dumbbells and I'm thinking, okay, what do I need to get done today? Because I'm breathing, the oxygen is flowing, I've got nitric oxide in my body, my blood vessels are pumped, and so there's more fuel going to the area of my body that I need it most. And so often, this is my final bonus tip that I didn't plan, is we think of our bodies and our brains just up here. But if you look at your nervous system, it's like a tree. It extends outwards to your entire body. Your brain is your body. There's all these different things that are taking in signals and information all of the time. You want to use that to your advantage to help you to be more productive. So you're taking in that sensory experience from your toes, from your chest, from your fingertips, so you can feel and ground yourself in where you are. And breath and motion is what creates emotion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you have subscribed or you're gonna miss the next video. Click that bell icon so you know it's gone up, otherwise it doesn't show up in your feed. And finally, accept only the best. Apply the stuff that I've talked about. Give this video a thumbs up so it gets more exposure. The channel is still growing, it does help a lot. And comment down below, tell me what you're gonna go away and do. You didn't watch this far because you're here to just take in information. Execute, take action, and see you in the next lesson. Peace.